Have you ever met someone out and about and you think that this person is so fucking cool, this person is the absolute shit, then you bring them in your circle and they turn out to be the absolute worst thing for your network. They end up being someone that you completely don't align with. They end up ruining a lot of friendships and you're like, how could I have not seen this before? So in this video, we're gonna be talking about the 3 people to avoid in your social circle. The reason why you wanna do this is because your circle, your tribe, your community is super special, right? You've built it up from the ground. Now, if you built anything in your life, you want to protect it at all costs. And that's the exact same thing with your friendship circle. If you do not protect this, if you do not, it's kind of like playing with a lead in football and then you just start playing defensively. And defensive playing is allowing people to come in that you have not properly vetted. What that means is that you actually go through a process to make sure that this person is good for the group. So the very first person that you want to be doing this to is the dumb guy. Now they come off as super fun. They enjoy every single bit of every interaction. They're just the life of the party. But you have to spend more time with these people. You can't just allow someone that's pure fun straight into your group, because the dumb guy will start to get you into a lot of trouble. The reason why this is, you've heard Jim Rohn talk about you're the byproduct of the 5 people you hang around with. So imagine all 5 people that you hang out with all day, every day, right? That could be a byproduct of your parents, your brothers and sisters, your potential girls that you're seeing. It could be a bunch of friends that you're hanging out with. Combine them all into one person, and that majority is going to be you. Now, if we take one person out and put the dumb person in, just the simple fact that they're in the group, their energy, their mind processes, the way they interpret the world is going to be rubbed off on you slightly. So the reason why you'll find this is you'll start to do dumb things. You won't know how, you won't know why. You'll start to do a little bit of dumb things. And you'll self-rationalize being like, oh, it's just this scenario or that scenario. Well, in fact, it's the person that you've allowed into your group that starts to do dumb things. An example, let's just say there's a big group and you all want the group to stick together, but this motherfucker books an Uber just for himself and then hops in and goes to the event by himself. So you're left stuck there and you have to organize it. And he goes, oh man, I just didn't think. If you ever hear this line, you know that this is the dumb person. You want people around you that are extremely self-aware. Tate talks about it, perspicacious. It means aware of your surroundings. If you've got guys that are unconscious, that unconscious behavior is going to rub off on not only you, but the rest of the group. It's going to cause friction, there's going to be tense arguments, and you want to avoid this person at all costs. The second person is the drug dealer or the drug supplier. Now, this is the person that is actually got so much drugs that they actually supply it. They're not someone that just takes it recreationally, they're actually supplying it. Now, the reason why you want these people out of your life is because when you mix that sort of world with your world, it's going to intertwine. So like Biggie Smalls says in the 10 Crack Commandments, he also says in number 7, keep your family and business completely separated. This is very similar. You're thinking of your tribe and your community as your family. Now you're mixing this thing of the crime world, the drug world, you're mixing it in between whilst connecting with the person energetically on a low vibrational state, you're trauma bonding via the drugs. Now this is okay when the drugs are there and everything like that, but after a while, you're gonna see the cracks start to appear when, hey, say there's no drugs available, say that there's fights over different things, then you start to get into money wars and stuff, and now you're completely involved in the drug scene. As we all know, you can't do that forever without taking a huge toll on your body. This is someone you don't wanna get fully intertwined in your circle, because again, you start to do a lot of these drugs, you'll find that this is where the dopamine lies. And so you'll see it in very high stimulating places, Miami, Los Angeles, New York, whether it's, any sort of places that drugs are very rampant, you'll find that these people will gravitate towards your circle based on drugs. And then from there, once they get a few drugs in them, that's where their dopamine lies. That's where they want to go to. And it's much harder to build these solid ground connections. It takes a lot of time instead of a short amount of time where you guys are partying or you're having new adventures. Like, I'll give you an example. You're bonding over drug intake or you're bonding over adventures, right? Say traveling, doing fun things. You will find that you will build deeper, more solid connections with the adventures rather than the drugs, because the drugs are almost like a cheap high, where the adventures are deep rooted. They're kind of like the tree spreading their roots. Very strong foundation where you actually know the person for who they are, rather than a stimulus or a alternate reality or alternate version of them, then now you're judging that alternate reality. But it's very easy to bond, and this is why a lot of people do it. It's kind of like the comfort route, where people like, let's do that because everyone gets to learn, let go of their inhibitions, let go of the insecurities, and this is why a lot of people like it. The third person you want to avoid at all costs, I call it the Undertaker, but it is the taker. Someone that will not provide a single bit of value. Someone that his whole reality is based on taking as much for themselves as possible. Now, this could be someone that energetically is a bit insecure in themselves, or they were raised exactly like this, where everyone would do everything for them. They have this massive ego, obnoxious ego, where they believe everyone should do things for them. They shouldn't have to provide value. And even if they do, it wouldn't contribute the amount of value. They think giving you a lollipop would equal you doing something specifically for them. Say if you got them laid and you got them a girl and you got them drinks and got them a booth and you did everything for them, and they were very appreciative, but in exchange, they might be like, thanks bro, appreciate it. And they think that that's fair because they don't understand the way that the world works. What happens is takers, especially, not only energetically, but physical takers, feel as if they are owed something in the world. They are above and beyond other people, and that other people should almost serve them. Now, this is okay because again, you got to have some arrogance about you, you got to have some confidence, and that is kind of intertwined with having an ego, but these people just take it way too far. On an energetic spectrum, they will take your energy, they will suck you dry. They feel like they are owed it. So they'll ask you questions, they'll pepper you with this and this and this, they might berate you, they might make themselves feel good out of your expense, but these people energetically, physically, they want to take from the world. These are the people that destroy your circle within a matter of months. An example, you're talking to a girl, you're having a great time, and he feels so insecure about the spotlight not being on him that he has to do something outrageous to get the attention because he feels as if he needs it, he wants to take it, he doesn't want to give it to other people. And what you'll find is that you will give and give and give to this person, but it is never enough. This is a bucket with a hole in it. You can never make these people feel good enough, never give them enough value, because in their mind, this is what is required from life. Their mothers and their daddies and mummies did that as a child to them, so they feel as if they get all the love, they get all the presents, they're completely spoiled, and this is the spoiled brat that's turned into an adult that still thinks the world revolves around them and them alone. So there's actually a bonus one at the end of it, which is the messy person. This is the person that gets obliteratedly drunk. This is the person that just is not a good look, doesn't have control of themselves, actually has almost like an addiction to completely letting loose, letting go. And I'm all for that. I want to have fun. I want to have a good time. But these people take it to 100. They're the ones that are passed out in the club. They're the ones that just can't control themselves. And again, very similar to the people that I've said, if you build these people into your circle, you will find that their understandings about the world, their beliefs, their foundations will infect the rest of the group. This is the quickest way to destroy your foundations of a group. So avoid these people at all costs, and you'll find that your group will prosper, your group will be better than it's ever been before. And again, to identify these people, you have to be aware and you have to vet them first of all. And what that means is you have to have a little bit more experience with them and understand, do they fit any of these categories? And again, I'm not telling you to cut off every single person you have if they have shown one little characteristic, but I am saying properly vet people, because again, your tribe, your community is something that you built. You would protect it with your life, you care for it, and this is what you have to do with your group. So avoid those 4 people at all costs and you will have a prosperous social life.